Chaos we find ourselves in these days. It's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. And civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Arusea will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Arusea's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Okay. You're having trouble finding where you put the raptor scene. Do you know which island location you want to shoot it on, or is it something else entirely?
Okay, I hope you're right.
Right.
Are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your camps to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image. Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right? Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock.
Okay, let's see what we got to deal with.
City under martial law, gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
Okay, I gotta make sure I ID what I'm looking at. I just can't go around shooting everything. There, ally. They're allies.
Forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
That's not ours.
Strider 1, target destroyed. Strider Squadron, identify the unknown.
That's not ours. And that's not ours. I like this game of hide and seek. Have you tried the Ticanyo research facility? Woo woo! Oh, woo! I missed that target. I wasn't paying attention to that building either. Yeah, try the Ticanyo research facility. It might work. Cause like knowing you probably stuck to like the Isla Sorna maps. Like I'm guessing Sorna, base Sorna, and 93 Sorna, but to be fair, all the islands of the Las Cinco Muertes, they look the same. Well, I don't want to say they look the same. There are key differences to them. Like, shoot, you was able to identify you was on Matanceros in episode 4, but most people wouldn't know that. Okay, there we go. I'm just saying that there is enough similarity between each of the locations in the game that help them blend together.
Negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. More the merrier.
We were the ones with the radios. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAP terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
There's something below me, but I didn't see it. Oh, there they are. Sanctuary? Okay, yeah.
The General's vehicle is under attack.
There's Lamar! I'm hit. Get this guy off my back. The radicals from the Rouge military are trying to kill the General.
If that thing hits, it's all over.
Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know what one. That was a close one. We have to remain vigilant.
Okay, so I gotta keep my eye on him. Wherever he's going, and I gotta identify that wherever he's going has friendlies or enemies.
We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather in bars and other places to learn what's going on.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed.
You want us to wait and see if they're friendly?
Wait. The General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaBarge are the real patriots. Onward!
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go. We archived all the footage that we've shot. When the communication networks come back online.
Vehicle blocking the road.
Woo!
No response to hails. It's the radicals.
Think the bridge just got destroyed.
Missile, evade! Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now lost. In gun range.
Oh no, the bridge didn't get destroyed.
Target has been destroyed.
Identify these guys.
Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you. We got out of paying that toll.
This is AWACS Argus. Those who can hear us are our allies. Your new orders are to dispose of Ghidorah the Barth. The Ocean Army officer with him is an imposter.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Cole, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went
I need to identify these guys.
exceeded their wildest dreams.
That's an enemy plane.
Incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the
Your enemy plane.
even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian flight test system by at least 10 years. They used the flight data of the former ace pilot to create drone AI. no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point's the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Come on.
Members of a military group calling itself the Free Illusions. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Locked on bandit.
So what? Why are you getting your daddy in the door?
Strutter 1, missile launched.
I gotta try to hit that tank.
We're taking fire. We can't hold off. Opening fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Come on.
Has a beat on you.
Damn it. I can't. You gotta approach this from the sky.